What's up, guys? Guru Gang, peeps, Padawans, welcome back to an edition of Way Back Wisdom Wednesday, but on Flashback Friday, if you're watching this on a Friday. Yeah, I was a bit lazy posting videos again, but yeah, you are watching. Hopefully you are, and I'm hoping you enjoy this particular video. As I share with you another one of my past Yodaisms, and when it comes to this particular Yodaism, I'll share with you that I wrote back in the day. It was posted on March 5th, 2005, the early days of the Yodaisms, as you know it. Well, when it comes to the backstory to this particular Yodaism, it was, like always, going down the proverbial rabbit hole of YouTube and endless amounts of videos and watching late at night. And I stumbled upon one of those great shows back in the day, Unsolved Mysteries.
Tonight marks the beginning of a new season of Unsolved Mysteries. Every week we'll be bringing you the most intriguing stories from across the country. True stories in which ordinary people have been swept up in the most extraordinary and mysterious circumstances. Someone watching tonight may have that one clue, that one vital piece of information that could help.
And like always, once you watch one episode or clips of it, you watch all of them. And late at night, the idea percolated in the old noggin here of the unsolved mysteries of what love is, or how do you know you're really in love? And then I came up with this thought, and bear with me when it comes to my early days of writing. It may seem convoluted and out there because I was still a fledgling writer of sorts back in the day, but here goes. The Yodaism entitled Unsolved Mysteries. How do you know when you're really in love? That is a $64 million question that every person has trouble answering. To be quite honest, I don't think anybody really knows for sure, including myself, because in a way, it's like trying to solve a mystery that concerns one's own heart for that particular guy or girl. Every potential relationship starts off as a friendship, but determining whether or not if you actually love that person is in that proverbial gray area called love limbo. In some aspect, each of us can be considered amateur detectives as one searches for all that important answer. It's just a matter of asking questions and looking for clues that will hopefully blow the case wide open, so to speak. Undoubtedly, love is a powerful feeling, as the emotions can be intense to the point where you feel scared and excited at the same time. Yet, is it really love one is feeling, or just mere infatuation, because the only thing that is affected is a person's emotions, which is based solely on the outward appearance? During one's investigation, a person has to question if he or she can be totally real around that person. Little by little, the time spent around him or her will bring down one's own wall to the point where personal information is shared. Information such as long-term goals, family, and career in great detail that one wouldn't necessarily share with someone else if he or she felt there was absolute trust. Someone once said, "Spiteful words hurt your feelings, but silence breaks your heart." Let me ask you this question. Have you ever hurt or been hurt by someone, not physically but verbally? Words do hurt, and whether it's intentional or just in a joking manner, a person can be offended to the point where he or she is affected emotionally. We all say things we tend to regret, and when it involves someone that you're possibly in love with, the relationship will either be severed completely or temporarily, depending on how harsh the words were. Consequently, one just has to admit being in the wrong by giving that sworn statement/apology in which he or she swallows one's pride and says, "I'm sorry." One can truly have a better understanding when you interview parents and grandparents as they share their experiences of how as soon as he or she saw that person, one absolutely knew it was love and both were going to get married. But the question is, how does one truly know? As far as knowing whether or not you are really in love. It comes down to putting the needs of that guy or girl before yours. Giving encouraging words, lifting that person up, respecting one's feelings and emotions, as well as being that person who takes great joy in making you smile and laugh. In other words, putting one's own happiness aside, which means that person is the center of your world than the world centered on you. And finally, in retrospect, it's when a person says I love you that he or she has to find out if it is the love that the person wants to give you rather than the love that has a hidden agenda behind it. It's that kind of love that just wants you physically and nothing else. Women hear those three little words so often that they really don't know whether to believe what a guy is telling her is actually true. If only love came with a lie detector to find out the truth, but it doesn't. Ultimately, when it comes to knowing if you're really in love, it can be an absolute mystery. In the end, no matter how many answers a person comes up with, it's a question that will always be considered one of those unsolved mysteries that one or may not be able to figure out. And that, my friend, is the Yodaism entitled Unsolved Mysteries. Guys, Girl Gang, peeps, Padawans, thoughts, musings, hate it, like it, dislike it, very indifferent about it, confused by it. I know I was. The first time I actually read it back after so many years of not actually seeing it since 2005. So it was somewhat filled with errors and grammatical errors and stuff like that. Anyways, leave your comments below under this video, and when it comes to the social media links, like always, click the links. When it give you an update on when it comes to my latest Yodaism I posted entitled "Burn It Down." It's like comparing heartbreak to being an arsonist involving fire. So yeah, method to the madness, like I always say. And when it comes to Locked in the Draw, all I'm going to say is that I'll show you this picture right here, and yeah, hope you stay tuned for that drawing, because for any of you who watch The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, you'll understand. And Facebook, Twitter, Chuck Fan Fiction, all that. If you're a avid follower of my page and subscribe to it, tip of the hat to you. And if you're a new viewer and would like to subscribe and be one of my followers of Guru Gang, peeps, and Padawans. Become a fan or a viewer or whatever, both. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Later.